it's Monica here from Moreish Cakes, and we are back making some cuppies today with a little bit of palette knife work. Thought I'd have a little bit of fun with you guys. So if you haven't seen them as yet, these are the more cuppies. They come in foils and parchment. These are the highest grade parchment liners available on the market. And to just show you very, very quickly what they look like, they've got a beautiful little ripple edge. They are what is called a 500 cuppie. Now, you can bake to a 500 cuppie, or the quantity of a 500, straight into your cupcake tin. If you prefer a larger cupcake or more surface area to bake on, all you need to do is add in 1 tablespoon of rice to the bottom of your patty tin, and it will actually raise up the cupcake and it will fan out more. So you'll be able to put in up to a 600 capacity cupcake into the 500 liner. And the beauty of it is, because the base is still a 500, it'll still fit in your standard cupcake boxes. So it's always handy to know. So this is what they look like. Even though they look quite wide, they're like a regular cupcake. So once they're baked up, this is baked with a little bit of rice on the bottom, only because again, I wanted a little bit more surface. And we thought we'd try one of these modern upside down techniques for you guys today. So I have a Savvy flour up. These are reusable little squares. I'm going to pop that down. I have some purple. I'm using the purple color mill today. And all I want to do is just pipe around like a circle. You can pipe any shape you like. This is the beauty of this technique. Just like so. And then plonk it upside down. Like so. So it's nice and flat. And we're going to pop that in the fridge for it to firm up. And then we'll have a flat surface for us to decorate on. So let's pop that one into the fridge now. So our cupcake's been chilling. We're just going to peel that surface off, and we've got a little flat surface to work on. And that little reusable flour will go into the wash and we'll use it again next time. So we've got our flat surface, and here I've just got a ganashing lid. You could use a chopping board or your bench top if you're so daring. I have my palette knives here, and if you haven't seen them as yet, they are super flexible. They're food grade stainless steel, and they're ultra thin. So they're very different to the ones that you get from the art supplies. The only thing is always hand wash, never in the dishwasher, or else you'll ruin the wooden handles. But the beauty of them is that they are super flexible. Now, depending on the size job that you want to do, it depends on the palette knife that you're using. And because we're doing this on a small surface, we're going to use the small one. This one's called the mini. So all of my palette knives are named by my students in the past. And this one is no different. So all you want to do is just lay down like a little bit of buttercream. And the whole idea is that you want to load it up. So you're going on each side until you have a little ridge like so. And then we're going to work a little differently from regular palette knife work. Normally we work inwards, but this way we're actually going to work outwards. So ideally I want to press it down till the buttercream comes out. And I'm going to lay down the first one. I'm only going to do a couple. I've got a few different colors here. So we're using Bluebell. We're using the purple, which is on the base. This is the Tiffany, and and that's the lilac. So we'll probably do like 2 up this way. You could have a little bit of fun with it, however you like to do it. I just wanted to create like a really cute effect with some cool colors. So we've kind of got that little shape happening. I'm just going to move that off, and I'll grab another color. I'll probably grab some of the Tiffany at this stage. I'm doing exactly the same process again, but I'm going to go in between. So you'll start to see those colors coming through. Because we've got that pretty little purple base, even if you cut too far into the buttercream, it doesn't matter. No one's going to judge you. And there we go. So we've got the 2 colors coming through. And now we'll grab a little bit of that lilac. And I like the fact that some of the colors are kind of blended a little bit. They work really, really well together. So this one I'm just going to go in the middle like so. And then one on the other side. Maybe like this. There's no rules, just have some fun. And worst case scenario, if you don't like it, guess what? It's just buttercream. And just scrape it off and start again, right? And we just want a couple little petals on the side. Just like so, just to fill it in. That'll do. So they're really cute. So if you're not a piper, this is a really good way of creating some sweet little cupcakes. We'll do a couple of different designs. So here I have a little bit of gold leaf and some sprinkles. And I only want just a tiny amount of gold leaf. There we go. We'll pop a little bit of that in the middle. So for this one here, I think I'm just going to use the gold leaf. And then we have, for anyone who hasn't used it as yet, this is the More Blow. This is like one of my favorite products. The difference between this one and other glitter puffs on the market is it has 3 grades of glitter in it. So it has a full glitter, it has a glitz, and it also has a luster, which means it actually gives it more surface coverage, and then you get that big shine of the glitter. Now, because she's chunky, every time you use it, you need to kind of give her a little smack on the bottom. If you just shake it around, it doesn't work. Be violent, the bottle can handle it. And then we're just gonna puff a little bit of gold. We'll try and do that way, into the middle. How pretty does that look? And I've got glitter all the way through the air. So maybe we'll add like a little butterfly onto this one. We have some pretty little wafer paper butterflies. But wafer paper is so good. The only thing it doesn't like is water. We're gonna bend it so it looks a little bit more organic, and then find a little place for it. Probably like so. I'm gonna stick that into place, and that's it. How sweet is that? So we'll try a couple of different designs. This is the first one, and we'll make a couple more, shall we? Right, so let's have a little bit of fun with some texture. So we'll just lay down like a little bit of a layer of a buttercream. So we might just put like the blue here, like so. And then perhaps some of that purple in the middle. Trust the process, just stay with me. Like so. And then some of that Tiffany just here on the top. Actually, I quite like it just as is. With this little palette knife, beautiful textures, great for the side of the cakes. But all I want to do is kind of draw it through so we have like a bit of a texture. So it all depends on the angle. So I would suggest that you stay reasonably flush, perhaps on a 30-degree angle to the cupcake. And you can do like a bit of a rainbow effect if you like so. Maybe tidy up that bottom bit a bit more. I love that. Just for a bit of fun, you got all that peekaboo of the colors coming through because they kind of all work together. We're just going to add on a couple of these little sprinkles. I think we'll go maybe a couple of little pink ones. The beauty of the tweezers is that they are ribbed. They will grab your little sprinkles and put them into place. And then we'll add a little bit of that gold glow because everything needs to tie in together. Like so. We'll take that little bit out. And of course, because we're going to be cohesive with this look, we'll grab one of our little butterflies, probably pop her up here. So kind of have that little sunflower look. And then we'll load up the gold. A little bit of gold into that butterfly, maybe a little bit over here where the sprinkles are. We might add some more in the middle there. There we go. So there's the second one. And we'll race off and do something else with the third. So I've taught you how to palette knife like going outwards. Now we're going to do maybe like a little bit of a fan effect. So we'll grab a little bit of that buttercream. Again, you can choose all the colors that you want. The beauty of this is that your board starts to get really messy with the colors, but it just works, right? Always make sure the top of your palette knife is clean. So I'm going to kind of go inwards this time and do like a bit of a different effect. I'll grab some of that Tiffany. The colors are going to blend and I don't mind. Because don't forget this palette here, we've got these beautiful blends happening. This is probably your chance to have like a little bit of a play. A bit of the blue. And I really think for anyone starting palette knife work, even if you do like this little effect here, because you're kind of going in on like a 45-degree angle and just drawing the palette knife across. It's probably a really great way to start. A couple more. And I'll add a couple little sprinkles and a butterfly, of course a butterfly. We're all about the butterflies right now. So on trend. They're gluten-free, all edible, so it doesn't matter if little kids kind of pick them up off the cake. You don't have to worry. Parents don't have to worry. I think we'll kind of stop there. So we've got this sweet little fanned out effect and maybe a little bit of gold leaf because we want to tie that in. So just in that middle bit. I always say sprinkles and gold leaf hide a multitude of sins, right? There we go, just like so. And of course, just for a change, a little butterfly. Fold that in, whoops. Now, because the buttercream is actually quite cold from the fridge because we've had them upside down, you won't be able to attach the butterfly. Add in a little bit of buttercream and then it will stick. There we go, just like so. I still want to see that gold leaf. And of course, we can't go anywhere without a bit of glitter, right? A little bit just there on the butterfly. Look how pretty it looks. Oh my gosh, I love this set. I love the colors as well. So we've had a little bit of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. You've seen we've used the palette knives, we have used a bit of blow, and we've used some more Cuppies. Bye guys.